have received a message that the property is under contract, and so it's no longer available. So cool for the owner and for the future buyer and owner, but not so cool for us because we don't get to see the property, and so the deal fell through. And you know, sometimes when you really want to take a look at a property or you're really excited about it, there are going to be times where, you know, you're not the first kid on the block and property moves before you're able to see it or do anything with it, and that's okay. You know, I have told you in some of the videos of, don't get caught up in a moment of really needing and wanting something so badly that you're willing to overpay, and don't get emotionally involved. It's business, and sometimes it may feel personal, sometimes it may be acted on personal, but don't take it personally. And you know, the way that I look at it is, it wasn't meant to be, and that's okay. There's going to be better things that show up. I was more personally excited. Obviously, I wanted to see it for my own personal investment reasons, but I was more excited to kind of show you the place so that you can see it. However, I have been chatting with the realtor a bit and have been doing some research on investing in Barcelona. So I will definitely still do a video of what I have learned about the property market, ownership, renting, and that kind of stuff in Spain, in case that is something that you are looking to do. You know, when you have multiple properties, it is sometimes really good to expand beyond just one market, and there are benefits to it for sure, to be able to spread your portfolio, so to speak. You know, when we talk about investing in anything, you know, when they talk about stocks, they always talk about portfolio and being willing to sort of spread it and balance it, and the same can be achieved with real estate. We just look through different markets and different types of properties that we want to invest, and that's my personal take of how to diversify a portfolio. So while I do own very few, I mean, it's minor, I wouldn't even call anything as owning or any of that. I mean, it's true, I do, but it's such a minor portion of portfolio as a whole that it's irrelevant. And I'm talking about like the paper assets. When I think about my real estate holdings, I do want to spread outside of just one market, one area, and one type of property, for the reasons that some properties appreciate much faster, and so you get benefit there. Some properties are better for a flip, and then there are properties that are much better poised for cash flow opportunities. And I think that you can play the market in all of the different areas. And you know, so if you have one property, obviously you're right, like that's all you got, and that's okay. You got to start somewhere. Most of us have started with just one property, and you slowly expand and move on. What I'm trying to say is, if you have ability, or if you're looking for multiple, start thinking, considering doing different types of properties and different markets. And you know, don't spread yourself so thin where you are like in 50 different markets if it's just you as a solo investor. If you have a large company with a lot of people that can manage and help you manage that portfolio, and you know, that becomes a full-time business, that's a different proposition than doing it part-time, because you want to make sure that you understand the market and you understand the place, and that you have time and ability to focus to do the most with what you got. But at the same time, I don't know that I would have 3 single-family homes next to each other as like my only source. So that's just the way that I like to think about it. And so wanted to come in and share that with you in case you are thinking of real estate being your portfolio holding, and kind of how do you balance all of that stuff out? Like, how do we think through diversification in that particular realm? And so for me, it's not necessarily holding tens of thousands of different things or even hundreds of different things. It's really focusing on a handful of things that I can understand and know. And for me, that is mostly property, although I am invested, like I said, very minutiae in some of the paper assets, crypto as well, and then of course some precious metals, but that's not really an investment. That's more of a insurance policy, if you would.